have some champion Wakaya alpacas. Please congratulate every one of them on their achievements. We have excellent fineness across the board, lovely fleeces, conformationally mostly sound, and some beautiful examples of the Wakaya breed. It's always very gratifying as a judge to get to this class in the show, because it's the end result of all of my work this weekend, and it's lovely to have all of those champions come in and see that final lineup. We have got a mixture of males and females here, and the award is just for one alpaca to receive the Supreme Championship. He's got a very bright white fleece. It opens up very cleanly to reveal a crib style that is uniform throughout, excellent density and uniformity of micron as well, on a frame that's very sound, as it should be for a working male. Now, while I've got everybody here, I hope that people take those comments and my ribbons and awards into account by doing so. Remember that the Swedish Alpaca Society runs their shows under the British Alpaca Society rules. And so one of those rules is that I have, as the judge, the right not to award a first place in a class. I also have the right to, if I see fit, not to award a championship, which I did a couple of times this weekend. There's your tough love for you. And I hope people take that in the right way. We have a situation where the rules state that in my experience as a judge, I'm happy to award a first place ribbon. But from my experience, I'm saying to you, okay, in that section, there wasn't an alpaca in one of the first place sections that I could award the championship to. So please take that in the right way. Please read the rules. If you read the show rules, you'll have a better experience because you'll understand how all of that works. So my first request for you is to read the show rules. Be very conversant with what they mean, and then you'll have a better experience. One of the things that I have noticed fairly consistently throughout the weekend is that there are some conformational issues that you need to address, and that is leg conformation. Too close at the front, too close at the rear, and a few other issues came up too, but that was my main observation. And I understand your climate is such that the alpacas probably spend a fair part of the year in a barn. Is that correct? To avoid bad weather? Perhaps they're in the dark a little more, and you would obviously have shorter daylight hours in the winter anyway. But my observation may be that that could be the reason why some of the leg and conformational issues exist. So please pay attention to what you feed your alpacas. Pay attention also to giving them extra vitamin D over the winter. Do you do that? Good. Really keep up that vitamin D supplementation, and that will hopefully help in their overall growth and in their conformation. Okay, I had a bit of a complaint yesterday to you all about training your alpacas for shows. Please pay attention to that. It's really important for the safety of the alpacas firstly, for the safety of me after that, and also for my ring steward and for the exhibitors and the other alpacas that you have well-behaved animals that don't make you fall over, that don't bump the other alpacas. I've been knocked flat on my back before. Luckily this weekend it didn't happen. A fellow judge of mine from the United States had some bones in her foot broken by a male. So pay attention to your alpaca training. Not just halter training, but also training them to stand, training them to tolerate being touched, making sure you show the teeth in the correct way, and we'll all have a better experience. There's another aspect of training too that is really important, and that's training yourselves. Please don't chat with each other in the ring. It looks and sounds rude. As exhibitors, everybody is on show. We're putting together a show. I'm one of the actors in the show, and so are you. So, stand properly. Pay attention. Watch what the judge is doing, because one of these moments I might step back and try to look at your alpaca. If you're standing in the way or not watching, maybe I don't get a good look at it. So pay attention to what's happening in the ring. Don't chat to other people. Remember that people in the audience are looking at you saying, oh, okay, that's one way I know of not to show an alpaca. When I first started showing alpacas, I didn't have any training. All I did was watch the people I thought did a good job, and I tried to copy what they did. So pay attention. Make sure you're standing really well. Luckily, no cell phones went ringing this afternoon or over the weekend, and we have had some exhibitors at other shows I've judged where their mobile phone rang in the ring. One time, someone right in front of me, the phone rang, she pulled it out of her pocket and put it back. I said, "Don't do that again." She said, "Oh, it's okay, I didn't want to talk to them anyway." So, yeah, needless to say, she got the eagle eye from me. So, yeah, pay attention to what you're doing, put on a good show, make sure. We've had a lot of visitors, I think, this weekend, and so make it worth their while, put on a good show, listen to what the judges are talking about, pay attention to your breeding program. One last word. There is a book that you may have heard of called The Art and Science of Alpaca Judging. Some people may have seen it. You can obtain that book through the American Alpaca Association, which is now called AOA, Alpacas of America, but it used to be called AOMA. You can order that book online. It's a really good book. It goes into a lot of stuff about alpaca conformation and fibre and other things as well that talk about processing and why we judge them the way they do. I'm one of the authors of the book, and I'm not plugging it for myself because I didn't get any money for helping to write the book. We wrote it for the American Association. So I would recommend to you that you get a copy of that if you're really interested in improving your breeding program. The other thing is, please make sure you have a look at all of the champions and pay attention to your breeding program. Thank you very much once again. Of course, let's congratulate our Supreme as well. What a beautiful alpaca. Thank you very much.
But it's a worse thing.
What's available?
Oh, that's good.
Thank you for bringing them anyway. Thank you.